D&D Live. Boom, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-ba,
No, I think
ba-da-ba.
it's more from the south.
Live from the South, it's D&D Live.
There, that's better.
All right.
Okay, that was fun.
Who who wants to give a spirited and exciting recap of what happened last time?
Cooking contest.
Well, we came in, we got uh, requisitioned our gear, yeah, and
Hmm.
we started inserting ourselves into the lives of these candy people. Well, whether it was investigating their complicated relationships with their superiors, yes, yes, and trying to motivate them to do more for their friends and families to disastrous effects, yes, or it was us coming together into teams to win in a baking contest where both sides performed so well, that these people will never be able to eat a regular meal again, and leading us to our victory and our move on to cook for the king and queen of the enemy side. Meanwhile, oh, 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 a a what's the right word? A distraught knight, right, right, motivated by both the devastation and an abuse of his relationships and his inability to do anything to continue helping the war effort, now seeks for us to stand aside, right, so that they can get vengeance for the death of their cousin.
Well, it's not the inability to do anything for the war effort. They have the ability to do something for the war effort. They just don't want to do anything for the war effort.
Well, no, they want to do something for the war effort, but their commanding officer is preventing them from doing so. You know,
No,
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 their
I think
inability
you
is
got it wrong there, because
no. I'm
their commanding officer took their wife, and because they want to have their wife back, they are not doing anything to get back at their commander.
I could have sworn that the commander took their wife and also kept is keeping them from the field.
No, they're keeping themselves from the field.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then I misunderstood that part.
Yep.
So now they want to get out there and get their vengeance for their cousin.
Yep.
We split into teams. I believe it's Pakari, Dobat, and Adarpi, who are currently on cooking duty.
I'm on
Eh,
guard for the cooks.
What you're at the cafeteria.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, well, Nissa, uh, Nobody, and Mana are out and about, out prevent seeking to prevent assassinations and move these pieces around, um, to hopefully get a better result. And Prince uh,
Hareen.
Hareem,
Kareem.
him is also here, pro- providing story notes.
Hmm.
Hold on, I can make her token bigger. Yeah.
With our ultimate goal to be to get past the king and queen and find a method to
Mhm.
bypass the wall that has so far stumped all previous explorers. And with hope we will go where none has gone before, hopefully, without having to do this for 30 years.
All right.
And with that, I'll send it back to Tech.
All right. So let's join up with our crew that are wandering around the camp. What would Mana be up to this whole time?
Well, let's see. I guess it depends. If I, mm, well, since Nick's not here at the moment, and I'm not going to pair him up with nobody, eh, so I'll investigate the commanding officer for now.
All right. Which one?
Okay. And the one who took his wife.
Ah, uh, Lord Jawbreaker. All right. So you see, like you go up to his tent. He he's currently outside of the tent and directing some people. He looks very annoyed that he's having to put together these peace talks.
Okay. Have we met him before?
You saw him as one of the judges during the cooking contest. He's a big gummy bear person.
And I can't eat any of them. So, Um, I'll wait for him to finish for a bit before approaching.
Mhm.
Good evening, sir. Excuse me. I hope you enjoyed the cooking contest.
Uh, uh, what what could you possibly need?
I just want to inquire more about the circumstances here. Yeah, yeah. We are cook, we are cooking for the peace talks, and I want to know if there's anything else we should be on the lookout for.
Just, just do what you will. Do notes that the king and queen have an allergy to citrus, so that should not be used in any of the cooking that you prepare for this feast.
Uh, I will make sure the cooks are well aware.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Some of our members will also be providing security for the event. And is there anyone in particular we should look out for?
Uh, that Prince Crunch, and he's been invited along with his this brother Mars.
Oh, uh, uh, that can be quite troublesome. I heard he did quite a number on the field yesterday.
Mhm. Well, there's no shortage of people who would think like either of their heads.
I'm guessing their attendance was required.
So to speak.
Well, no. Are there any people in particular from our side that we should watch out for, then who might make an attempt on their lives?
That young upstart Keratin, and I don't know why. I I decided that this was Miss why my hey, you know it's fine. Yeah. Just keep an eye out for him.
Understood. Uh, 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 One second, I need to check something real quick. Ooh, wee, that's really bad persuasion. Hmm. Can I use investigation to poke a bit at what he cut himself off from saying?
Um, you can use a insight or
Inside? That's better than my persuasion. So, I guess yeah. Can I guide myself?
yes, you can sit there and cast a spell and then say words.
Are you being sarcastic or
You can
actually wait? I use devices. I don't say words.
do you
True,
have
you would
some
probably.
do you have a way of bypassing the verbal and somatic components with your devices?
Yeah, I guess they would make noise.
Well, yeah, but you-
Deep.
I mean, if you're
So
just
about
clicking,
that thing you were saying.
yeah, if you, yeah, like, well, here's an easy way around it. You click a stopwatch, or like a timepiece,
Well, we never
like a pocket
established
watch.
what your items, what your magical items were current, like what you use to cast your spells.
Yes, I did. Uh, all my all my items are biologic based.
This
Okay.
is when it's just he pulls out an inhaler and just goes, ah, sorry, asthma. What you were just saying?
Basically, they're hardened parts of my body that I sectioned off to use as material.
Gotcha. Um, you can do so, but you'd have to give me a sleight of hand check for him not to notice you doing something weird.
I'll just roll it normally. 18.
He seems to have some misgivings about some kind of deal that took place before this.
So it seems that there's something troubling you. Well, well, I don't think clamming up about it is going to help, especially with the tense air that we're going to be walking into.
Okay. Um, I guess this. Do you have children?
Had children.
Hmm. Well, I have a daughter, Red Hot, who's to be betrothed to Keratin, but that brat decided to go against his previous his this previous arrangement that I had with his parents, and he seems to dislike me because of this. I and because of that, he's done nothing but be insubordinate. I can't do anything about it because he's too strong um to kill for it, and any other punishments would basically give the same results that we're getting now. If he would just go fight, we wouldn't have even needed these peace talks. We would have been through that wall ages ago.
So he's betrothed to your daughter, but he found another.
You could say that.
What did you do? What did you do to him?
What do you mean? I did nothing. I just rectified his mistake.
Sir, I mean no disrespect, but that does sound like something that may have provoked him to act the way he is.
He'll get over it. I'm sure he's learned his lesson now that his cousin has died. Good riddance, hence I say. Hey, we don't need any weak-willed individuals in this army anyway. They were both too young to begin with.
Well, I wouldn't call him weak-willed. Well, it takes a lot of guts to step out onto the battlefield when you don't have to. Well, well,
But
but uh, have you considered alternative methods to rectify this?
any and all of that can be discussed after this war. We still have to sell back home. Um, this family's
Well, you
kingdom and
mentioned
my kingdom are neighbors, so we're going to have to deal with this one way or another.
well, well, eh, is this is the thing you've done to rectify this something that can be undone?
I don't know.
I ask because you expressed worry that he may be an issue with the coming peace talks. And if his cousin is has perished, then he will definitely be irate.
Look, like Lord Trolley has everything being taken care of. I'm sure that he has some sort of plan to deal with it. If it were going to be that serious, we would have him locked up. And besides, it's Trolley's fault that we're in this war to begin with.
Understood. Yeah. Well, well, is there anything else we should be wary of or additional rules we should follow during this time?
Stay out of the way. Don't do anything stupid. And it makes sure the food is good.
Uh, uh, Sir, I trust that the food will be the best as this world has to offer.
It better be to
I'd stake my
die
life on
for.
that.
I'll take you up on that then.
And, and Mana will smile and give him a hearty laugh.
He does not. He is not laughing. He is. He is as dead serious as he possibly can be. He's like you feel like if things go awry, his sword will. Your head would be on the ground before you can even hit register. He's he does not joke.
Uh, 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 oh, Mana wasn't joking. He's just glad he got the go ahead if things go south.
All right. Um, let's see. What would Nissa be doing?
Um, Probably gathering intel as well. I don't know who to go talk to though.
Well, there were the other contestants that we were told would be that at least one of them would potentially try to sabotage.
Mm-hmm. True. And then there's also the one that gives us the peppers to put in it. As well.
Do peppers have citrus in them?
I believe so, yeah. I believe the citrus is what gives them the spice,
Huh.
if I'm not mistaken. So yes. I know they do, but I can't remember what part of it is. It's a little bit
Gotcha.
different citrus than you would find in an orange and all, but yes. Hmm. Yeah, I guess I'll go and investigate the other contestants. See who would be the most likely to try to sabotage. Who is the most angry about losing?
All right. All right. All right. Okay. You come across a man named Beats. He's like a a massive individual. He has to be at least like 7 feet tall,
Hmm.
and he's standing next to a a basically him, but at like half the size. He's like he has to be like 3.5 feet tall. Oh, whose name is also Beats.
So beats and beats.
Go back in there. Go find lunch. Go find Casey's order. Yes, you
Are they
gotta go.
giant beats?
Yes, yes. Leave that alone, Journey. Go in there. Yes.
I'm gonna assume they aren't from around here.
They seem to be similar to that keratin person. They seem to be vegetable people.
Hmm.
You can maybe assume that they're related somehow, but he's sort of, uh, you know, he's sitting there talking to one of the other contestants who look kind of dejected after not winning. And he sees you. Hello, little one. And what brings you to the ships?
To the what?
The ships. Like you look
To
behind them, you see basically all the warships are docked on the beach nearby.
mm, just trying to learn a little more about what we're up against.
Hmm. We are up against the mighty Kwix Kingdom, um, the rulers of the seas in these lands. This, Do you not know the story of how things started?
No, no, we haven't heard that. They didn't tell us. It's just we
Hmm.
got hired
There's
on basically.
well, you know Lord Peeps, right?
No.
You should have seen him during the cooking contest if you were participating.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, he's from a mighty warrior nation. His wife was kidnapped and is currently being held captive inside the city. He, way back in the day, Lord Trolley, he made convinced his wife's father to have us all sign a pledge that we would all defend in in the marriage of whoever she chose to marry. Uh, and as she chose Lord Peeps as her husband, and we were all honor bound not to interfere. But, but the in, Prince Mars decided that it it was better for that it was better for her to be his wife instead. And so while he was away during the warring season, it, and he slipped into the city, kidnapped her, and brought her back here. And thus we all had to muster here our ranks and come out here and fight this war. We've been fighting for 10 long years.
So do you know what the terms of the negotiation are?
The the returning of the queen and in an immediate ceasefire,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
as in they will
Do you,
not retaliate on us as we're leaving.
what is your stance on the negotiations?
Uh, I personally enjoy the thrill of battle, but as I am one of the stronger people in this in these ranks, I've been relegated here to protect our ships because once our ships were burned while we were caught lacking, and thus we have to um, someone has to stay here to watch over them at all times.
Mm-hmm. I see. Mm-hmm.
But it is fine. And I trained along my cousin um, in Keratin, and there's none that is as strong as he is in battle.
I see.
It's too bad what happened to Paparchus.
Mm-hmm.
His death shall be honored in our homeland.
So do you know what all is actually going on with your cousin?
Mm, yes, yes, he's currently being been moping about his about this woman that he found companionship with here.
Mm-hmm.
I've met her. She is a very intelligent person and loves him dearly, but sadly she has been taken away by a Lord Jawbreaker.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So what do you think? What is your stance on that situation?
It's not my place to speak, but that I do know that Keratin's father and Lord Jawbreaker had previously made an arrangement for them to for their houses to be joined. It's probably why he antagonizes him so much.
I see. Hmm. So
Hmm.
it's the person that he was talking to is still around.
Yeah, they're still around.
So,
Um, it,
so
it's a guy who has a potato for a head.
okay. So how uh what were you two talking about before I locked up? I hope I didn't disturb anything.
Well, we weren't talking about anything of import.
Oh,
Just, um, Lord Trolley had sent a messenger thereby to start dismantling one of the ships for some reason or another.
dismantle one of the ships.
Yes, apparently the us bakers are making something for the occasion.
Do you know what you're baking exactly?
Well, since we lost the competition, we were basically conscripted into making cake to
Cake?
a giant cake to commemorate the um uh, peace talks. So essentially, if all things are successful, well, this cake will be should like a piece be made. This cake will be reeled out and be used as a offering of goodwill towards the city.
I see. What kind of cake are you all making?
Um, I don't know. My part of the cake is going to be German chocolate. I don't know what everyone else is making.
I see.
But yeah, they're
So
just
what
meant
do you need the wood for then?
to make a platter for the cake to sit on. It's going to be very big.
I see. How big?
Um, Probably about 15 feet tall. There's gonna,
15 feet tall.
yeah, we're gonna be baking round the clock for the next day or so to get it done.
I see. If y'all need any help with it, just let us know.
Well, you guys are you're part of one of the teams that combines together after getting first place. So you guys are busy with making the actual dinner, so we wouldn't want to bother you with this simple thing.
I'm sure we can spare some time if need be.
Mhm. All right. With that, let's go back to the kitchen and see what's being cooked. We got a Darby, Picari, and Dobat. Mm, Um, you guys are furiously cooking a, like you've never cooked before, or and mm, like while you guys are cooking, an individual comes to the door of the tent. "Mm, Excuse me, Excuse me.
It's not bad there.
His headphones off. Uh,
What's up?
I was talking to the people in the tent.
Hmm. Sorry, I had to mute for a second.
I want to quickly turn around. Do I have a knife in my hand?
Yeah, you're currently cutting up something, sir.
I would quickly turn
So
around.
what? So what just happened?
There's a cloaked individual at the door of the tent.
How can I help you, sir or madam?
I was
Do we
sent.
know this is coming?
I couldn't.
Well, I'm standing guard, so I noticed.
But
Uh, I was sent by Lord Trolley to make sure that you guys did the appropriate ingredients.
Hmm. Insight check. Ah, shoot.
bullshit, isn't it our recipe?
Hmm. I wasn't aware of any specified ingredients.
Yes, yes, we've been told that the king and queen can not have any citrus in their food. So we were just making sure that none was being added.
Go back. We'll look over to Adarpi and Bakari.
Can we get that in writing?
No,
No.
no.
Hmm. And what will happen if the king and queen get citrus?
He'll most likely have an allergic reaction in Paris.
So you can't get in writing that these people cannot have citrus?
No, I shouldn't have to answer to you.
We're literally the ones cooking the food.
Just don't ruin the peace talks with poisoning the opposing king and queen.
What's your name?
That's unnecessary.
It's not necessary.
I think it's very necessary, actually. If
If
you're
anyone
gonna
else,
barge in here while we're in the middle of cooking and bother me with this stupid shit from
Can
your
I trap?
mouth,
Can I trap him in
so
the house?
Fine. And I'm
Can I
Peaches.
trap him in the house?
Peaches.
awesome. Now get the fuck out of my kitchen.
Okay, was that name mentioned as one of the people that was going to come against us?
Um, no. Well, they said that someone was going to come and request that you guys poison the king and queen.
Poison, but this wouldn't be a poison because we're removing the citrus. Hmm. Were you going to add citrus anyway?
Maybe he's just giving us information so that if somebody came and tried to add citrus, we can know. But
Yeah.
that's us too, because we can't get it in writing, even though technically it should be written down that the king and queen are allergic to citrus. And then he doesn't want to give his name. I'd capture his ass so that if there's ever any citrus, I'll just tell the king and queen that he's no at fault. Insurance. It said we can't eat them, but they didn't say anything about us imprisoning them inside of our own little mini house
Can I roll?
house
Can I just roll an insight against him?
Yeah.
or that too.
Let's say insight. I'll inspire you.
Okay, I'm gonna roll an insight on what he's talking about.
Yeah, I gotta find
So
my.
what does inspire do?
I'll take care of it. Just do
Okay.
your roll.
Oh, that was a bad
So
roll.
well, yeah, we're rolling bad tonight. 13 on that insight.
Can I
Um,
try?
it
Since I'm in
seems.
here too.
Go ahead.
Hold up. Oh, damn. Hold on.
Oh, there we go.
Ha!
They seem to be very sincere. They're,
Okay.
yeah, they're, they basically are just seem to be a little bit uppity.
Okay.
Okay, well, Picari's gonna tell me to get the fuck out of the kitchen.
All right.
Thank you for the information. But you're distracting
Noted.
us.
So Dobat will keep that note. And he will return to keeping an eye out.
All right. Um, two of you give me a perception
Can
check.
we make sure? I was about to say, can we make sure that everything, there's no citrus, anything, even like cleaning stuff or whatever around?
I mean, that would probably just be part of Picari's
Well,
recipes.
Picari understands if there's allergic stuff, so she
Yeah.
would make sure to then go look through everything and make sure there's nothing citrus
Yeah.
there because she understands food and has knowledge on that. So
What in the? What is happening? Yante, what have you done?
I've done nothing. Hey. All right. Um, yeah. You guys don't find anything out of the ordinary.
All right.
You said only two of us was able to roll a perception.
Yeah, Picari and
Oh.
Dobat rolled.
Damn.
Well, I normally have a pretty good perception. It's just for some reason I seem to have been
I
cursed
also have a
tonight.
good perception. It's just for
Yeah.
rolling bad. It
Yeah,
happens.
but as I say, like I have expertise.
God.
Right. As you guys is finish, like continue cooking, and um, give me another perception check.
Everybody or just the two of us?
Everybody can do it this time.
Everyone in the tent or everyone in the.
Everyone in the tent.
Oh, come on, that would have been a good roll. Ah.
Right. Uh, you guys, um, Adarpi, you notice that there's something off. Like you're smelling like a very fresh scent. Like you're like you go to stir a soup and you smell. It's not cilantro. No, it's like a woodsy, a fresh kind of scent, and like you then you notice this a tiny little 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 chocolate mouse.
Can I grab the chocolate mouse?
Yeah. Uh, let go. Let go of me. Unhand me this instant.
What is it that
Look,
you put in this soup?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you got
I
nothing on me.
slowly, I slowly start to squeeze, but not too much.
Hey. I'm a person like you. Look, you can't do this to me.
oh,
That
really?
means what to me? I squeeze a teeny bit more.
Okay.
What
Hey,
you put in the soup?
all right. Look, hey, I didn't. I was, I was given an order here. I can't tell you who it's from. All I did was put a little, lemon extract in the soup. Nothing too big a
Just
deal.
the soup?
Yeah, just the soup.
Who told you to do this?
I can't tell you that. Nope, can't say a
I
thing.
literally have your life in my hands.
And I would rather die, hey, than have to go through what they would put me through.
Okay. I'll put him in the pot of
Wait,
soup.
wait, no,
No, no.
don't
This is
do
better, right? We got to chunk the soup.
Are you going to
Oh,
are you
look,
going to
look,
leave them in the soup?
I mean, he's a chocolate mouse.
You,
well, I was gonna say if we have a problem with a mouse, as Dobet looks at his staff of the python.
like, you hear her screaming before it's like quickly becomes silent as you put the lid on.
Well, just murdered him.
You, I mean, he was gonna die one way or the other. Let's be frank here. Out with the soup.
Out with the soup.
Darby, you get a small blood crystal.
Pock- I just pocket it. I don't got time for this.
Dobat will take the soup and get rid of it. Get out the
And
kitchen.
then I'll clean wherever he was at, where I caught him, and any areas around the area.
All right. Um, then is that all of the events, the cooking events? You had keratin, you had the hmm,
We're
poison.
missing one, I think.
Where is it?
I
I
wonder
believe.
if I tasted the soup. If I taste the soup, would that like become like eating him?
Yeah, probably.
Damn, that would have been like an opportunity. This is already like candy soup, and then he just add a little bit of citrus and then chocolate. Wonder if that would have been good.
Mm, not worth the risk.
Um,
It's a shame I didn't get to hex him. Oh well.
Yeah, grab journey, y'all.
Just somebody getting drowned.
does anyone remember what the third event it was?
Peppers. Someone was gonna try to put a whole lot of spice in there, if memory serves.
There was the
That what?
peppers. There was uh,
Oh, that's what
the
hot
cook
sauce.
that was angry that wanted to sabotage it, and then there was the keratin.
Yeah, that's the hot sauce then. Okay. Um. All right. Around this time, like right as you guys are getting into like the last stages, is there's a commotion outside. He's,
So that will take a look.
I'll send Bennu with you.
Okay.
Benu is
Dobat's not
basic.
gonna leave the
Benu is basically just a lollipop.
What?
yeah, Dobat is not gonna leave the tent. He's gonna just kind of peer out and see what's going on.
You see his his old man, and I'm wearing a chef's hat. He's he's like so like he seems so distraught. Oh, my sweet little boy. He's you. He like holds his hand out and grabs you, like grabs the hem of your coat. You, sir. I I need you. My my son. He died in today's battle, and I need you to take revenge for me. Even just a small revenge, the smallest one. I, I just need you to add this to one of the dishes. He holds up a small little bag. Like,
Dobat will take it and take a look.
He said he did, but I
um,
guess sure did.
it says as like inside it's just a bottle with a reddish orange liquid and a a fire on the outside with the skull and crossbones inside of the fire.
So he'll look at it, look back. Who was your son?
He's his name was his nerds. He was a proud warrior uh, who fought and died for um, the cause.
I
Just
will. Hmm,
just one drop in any of the food will be enough revenge for me.
I will see what I can do. Rest well.
Thank you.
Dobat's gonna wait for him to walk away. And
He,
does he leave?
yeah, he leaves.
So Dobat will walk back in. Found the hot sauce. Do we have any need for such?
We could use it later when we make dinner for ourselves when we leave this tomb place, whatever this is. Just
Yeah,
store it away.
Kario will gladly take it and put it with the rest
Yeah,
of her
yeah,
spices.
yeah. So
Yep.
Dobat will toss it over. The guy said literally one drop in any of the food, so that stuff is probably pretty hot.
Might come in handy.
In the meantime, unless we're miscounting, I believe that's all three. However, I will maintain guard unless either of y'all need me.
Well,
Yeah, I just keep your guard up.
All right.
it's around this time that Lord Trolley and Lord Peeps come into the approach the tent.
Do I remember them?
Yeah, they're two of the judges and also two of the leaders of this
Okay.
offensive.
And Dobat will let Bakari and Darby know.
Yeah, I still
You
wouldn't let
people
nobody
just
in.
can't let us cook in peace.
Nope, don't let nobody in. We busy.
Well, then Dobat will stop them at the door. May I help you?
It is time.
Very well. I will let the
Okay.
chef know. And Dobat will walk back in. We ready?
I guess.
All right. As you guys are plating, doing the final plating and taking it to the banquet tent, it this is where you give me your cooking roll.
Is it two or is it just one with advantage?
One with
Um,
advantage plus two.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
So,
No,
well,
um,
I
you
should probably roll.
yeah.
you can either
Oh.
you can if you roll it individually, it will be basically three separate rolls, or if one person assists, it gives advantage to one of the people rolling, or if all three, it's you, it'll be if it's a Darpy, it's advantage plus two. If it's Bakari, it'll be advantage +4 because he's proficient in chef's tools.
Okay, so Bakari, and then I assist. Is that it? That's what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Okay,
Yeah. So
we
basically,
can do that.
we assist. She makes the roll.
So I'm
Yeah,
the only
that's
person
what
making the
it
rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Only,
Question.
How many? Is it just one?
it's just one roll.
Well,
Okay.
quick question.
Add what?
It's
4.
Alright.
yeah +4.
But quick question before the roll goes through. Have I short rested at all?
Um, since you were actively watching the entire time, I would say no. Well, you
Very well.
wouldn't get a short rest at this point.
All right. I'll still burn an inspiration for it.
Okay. So am I rolling with advantage or no
Yeah,
advantage?
you're
With
you're
the
rolling
advantage.
advantage +4, and I may add a bit more, and I'll go ahead and
Okay.
just do it, just to make sure we go over the edge.
I mean, it
So
helps that I'm
20
using
total.
my actual profession. So.
So
And you said
27.
advantage +4.
Hmm.
Well, you gotta add 4 to it, so that's.
Oh,
29.
31.
29.
31. Right.
Awesome.
All right.
Nice.
So, oh, you bring out probably the best meal that you've ever made. He like, hey, Harim. He looks at you guys just like, hey, I don't think anyone in the palace can make food that good. Let's hope it's good
Oh,
enough.
and my cooking acts as the friend spell too, because I have the best in the West title.
Hmm.
As the friend spell without any of the negative side effects.
Hmm. All right.
That'll be fun. Okay.
All right. So you see you finally get a look at like, the king and queen.
The question: Are we all back together now, or
Yes, you guys will all be helping out with plating and presenting the food. All right.
I wonder if this time that we can take to vouch for those people who are being affected from this whole ordeal.
All right. You see King Reese's and Queen Rhodesia, um, uh, of House Roche. King
So,
King Reese's is he has basically a big circle for a head, and while Queen Rhodesia is this chocolate and vanilla swirl ice cream person. You see Prince Crunch is basically looks like his dad, but he has these cornrows of the crispy rice piece on the top of his head, and you see the Prince Mars. There's has a Mars looks basically like his father and his brother, but he has a marzipan and mustache and a nougat and afro. As they sit down with their guards and retinue. And, you see the kings and princes of the allied side seated on the other side of the table. You see Lord Jawbreaker, you see Lord Trolley and Lord Peeps, as well as a few others that you don't know their names. And then they sit down and they discuss things over a meal. Oh, and as if supernaturally, the talks go very well.
Well, we're serving, I'll be relaying the information I got as well to the rest of the party.
I will as well.
So that maybe we can come up with a little bit more from what we've learned.
Unfortunately, I may have been away for part of that, so could you relay?
Where do you want us to start?
Well, just do the spark notes.
From my end, and he's Garrett's supposed to marry his daughter, but he found someone seed, and he's taken her to get at Carrington, and is what's causing their beef.
Mm.
Mhm. And I learned the backstory about what's going on, that basically the prince of Empire that we're with fell in love with a princess, and that our side is meant to protect their union, but then was it Nougat or Crunch that then
It
kidnapped her?
was the one with the nougat airflow. It's Prince Mars.
Prince Mars kidnapped her and took her, and that's what started the war.
So what I'm hearing is we need to just take Mars off to the side and get rid of him.
And then they're also making the other contestants are making a giant cake that is to be delivered at the end of the peace talks if everything goes well.
Hmm.
That was ordered by oh man, I can't remember who it was that ordered it now.
Farley.
You wouldn't happen to, hmm?
Probably,
Farley.
yeah.
Yeah, the snake person.
You wouldn't happen to know if they said anything about citrus in that cake, now would you?
No, I didn't get a full detail, but evidently every one of them is making a different part of it. The one that Jeff I talked to is making a uh uh I can't think of the chocolate cake right now.
You should probably have one of the chefs go investigate that before it gets delivered.
And
Bakari.
they were taking apart one of the ships to make a giant plate for it.
Bakari, shall we go have a look?
Yeah, let's go check that out.
All right,
Yeah.
so Bakari and Dobat are heading out to check out the whole cake situation.
I'll go with
Yeah.
them as well to kind of, since I probably kind of know where it is, to lead the way.
Okay. All right, the rest of you guys remain, and as the peace talks conclude, they go extremely well. Oh, the they concede that they would allow oh the um kidnapped queen to pick which place she would rather their stay, either in this city or go back home to um, Lord Peeps.
I'm guessing she's not in attendance.
No, she's not in attendance.
They need this in writing because whatever decision that she makes, Lord Peeps would have to be okay with that. And we would have to, well, our side would have to be okay with that as well.
Yeah, that's essentially what they agree, and that they were going to meet eat eat tomorrow or, to work out the details, and that there's to be no fighting from this point on, which does sort of anger Eric Carrington, who's like quietly standing in the corner of the room, but he does nothing and says nothing currently.
Look, I have a vortex warp ready and waiting if he tries something.
If he tries anything, he gets flambéed immediately.
I'm not flaying someone alive.
Just
You're talking about
teleporting him
me.
away.
But who's vouching for those people who have been injured or devastated, in all of this whole ordeal?
They are not discussing that currently. They're only talking about the immediate end to the war, and any further grievances will have to be taken up independently, seem to need to be taken up independently with the affected parties.
And so they want to end the main point. The sub points will come later.
The
Mhm.
sub points are kind of have them dead.
Uh, it's probably best to make sure that there is no more sub points to have first, and then deal
Mhm.
with the sub points that do exist. That's probably what's going on. All right, I guess let's see what's happening with all this cake.
Right,
And am I gonna have to start blasting?
right. Um,
No.
uh-uh. you. It doesn't take long for you guys to find the cake. It is huge. It can't be any sort of like 10 or so feet tall, and
Other people.
the base itself is extremely wide. It seems like they're putting the finishing touches on it now.
Long sword.
You want to approach, or shall I?
I guess you. Were we in both?
Yeah, we can both. And
Mhm.
so we'll approach. Hail there! What in the world is this?
Halt. Halt. You see this big, beat-headed individual? Well, what brings you here, fair chefs?
Curious about what the dessert was gonna be. Wanted to
Yeah,
make sure it paired well with what they already ate.
of course it does. This this is the combined efforts of you know, everything we can muster.
All the same, may I ask what it is?
You can see what it is. It's a cake.
Yes, but is there more to it? Is my
Nope,
question.
it's just
Is it a
cake.
chocolate cake? Is it a vanilla cake? Is it a
It's various.
cheesecake?
It's various types of cake.
Give me a minute. I got this.
Okay, I'll wait.
If while you distract them, I'm going to pass without a trace. Then I'm gonna stealth, and while I'm stealth and sneak past, I'm going to investigate it. If I could do all that.
Um, Give me a sleight of hand to hide that you're casting the spell. Oh, and then after that, it will just be a stealth check.
A 20.
Okay. Hey, you are able to hide it from his passive perception. Yeah, not by much, though. Oh, but you were able to hide it from him. Give me a stealth check.
I'm also adding the bonus from the
Uh,
casting.
Ooh,
So
needed that.
26.
Alright, you are able to get up to the cake. You see they've built like a scaffolding to add the finishing touches on the cake.
Okay.
Um,
Yep.
it basically seems like cake to you. It's a very big cake.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We would have needed Bakari to see.
No, I was going to roll in my investigation on it because I do have investigation. Okay.
Um, you can give me an investigation.
And 19.
From what you can tell, it's pretty much cake. They've had to build some sort of structure inside this cake to keep it from collapsing in on itself, but it seems to be basically cake all as far in as they could get it. It this much cake will be able to feed an entire city for at least one meal.
But while you're doing that, Dobad will look over to Bakari. How's it look to you?
Can I roll something for it?
Hmm.
Poison cake, right?
All right.
I can roll an investigation
Here
for it, or
you
something.
can. You're too far away from it to do an investigation, but you can do a perception just based, or you can do a cook's tools check to sort of analyze what's going on.
I'll do the cook's tools.
About to say you'll do the
Mhm.
tools all day, every day.
If I don't roll shit.
Well, let me look at your roll first, and then I'll decide.
It's a 16.
Um, we're probably about to rest afterwards, so I'll burn the last. Give me a moment. Uh, that is a 24.
Hmm. All right. So from what you can tell, oh, this this big of a cake is basically hollow on the inside. They they would need a lot of wood to and structure inside to keep it standing. So basically, the whole outside of this cake is uh, really all that there is. It couldn't go more than a couple of inches deep on cake on the outside because anything more would be too heavy and wouldn't it be able to hold its own weight after or a while.
Okay.
So, yeah, from your estimate, this thing would have to at least be 80% hollow.
My main worry is if this is the betrayal, if this is citrus cake in any way.
I want to be able to
What's
know. I got
Yeah,
to taste it.
yeah. And we don't have, and out of game, I don't think we have the authority enough to try and get through, do we?
I mean, if you tell them and let them know that you were put over the food preparation for the king and queen to make sure that there is no poison or anything that they cannot eat, and you roll well on it, that
Well,
should allow
actually,
you to be able to do
well,
that.
actually, I'll just ask point blank. All the same, one very, very simple question that I hate to ask. There was no citrus used in these cakes, correct?
I mean, poison comes in different ways, right? Or is
Well,
it just
out of game, Dobat wouldn't be able to know much about the other poisons. He's only thinking, did they? Because the only thing we know about is the citrus.
So
right?
citrus is used a lot in baking. So we definitely need to make sure they don't
Yeah, that's why
have
I'm
it in
Dob.
there.
Yeah, Dobat is point blank asking, was citrus used as a main ingredient in any of these cakes?
No, none. None. These were made to the same specifications that you and your crew followed to make the meal.
Very well. Apologies for if that seemed rude, but all the same, I'd hate for it all to go downhill from something like that.
Can we just see what ingredients you use and possibly taste any of the leftover batter you have?
No, be on your way. Hey,
Why?
mercenaries, because it's not your place, and I was told
It
not
is
to.
my place, actually.
No, your
I'm a
place is supposed.
professional chef.
Your place is
It is
supposed
my
to be
place.
feeding the king and queen in Roche, not dealing with this.
My job is to oversee food preparation and make sure that everything goes smooth. Part of that is cake, or unless you know you're claiming your cake isn't food, and that means not edible. Is it merely for show? Is that why it's 80% hollow? Are you scared that it's not going to actually taste good?
I don't have time to deal with you. Ooh,
I'm
little
good actually.
beats. You see the smaller beat person comes. Can you escort them out of this area? They'll see the cake with everyone else.
I'm gonna say, does Nissa want to try something sneaky? Having heard what we were asking.
I just threatened that they're trying to poison the king and queen.
Well, the thing is, we don't know,
I know.
and I don't want to make that.
Hikari's gonna dig in her bag, and then she is going to pull out and set in front of him a wrapped up piece of pastry of pound cake that she made with her infusion. Eat
Mm.
that. Eat that and tell me I don't have the authority to look over your cake.
That
Give
man
me
starts crying as he's eating this damn pound cake.
give me a persuasion to convince him to eat it.
I have no more inspiration to give. Good luck.
They have a 0 charisma. So
Well,
Oh,
actually, well then,
unless
it's
y'all could like help me and maybe give me advantage, I don't.
like I have a 5 persuasion, but I don't think I can do the roll here. I unless I can take control of this.
You can assist if you would like.
So I'll do the aid, which gives her advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably about the best I can do. So,
mhm.
and it
Yeah,
looks like that. Well, that's still okay.
it's okay.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to have a short rest earlier because I was using inspirations for all this.
I'm just trying to make sure we ain't about to get decapitated. But I understand this guy's too much of a pussy to eat a little piece of cake. He's too scared.
Oh, it's just about. I was going to use my since I do have the Keen's
Oh,
spell.
That does smell delicious. Like he picks it up. Hmm. Like he looks around. Okay. Hey, he he takes a few bites. Hmm. Hmm.
What's
Hmm.
great about this is now he's affected with the friend spell.
yep.
I look. Look. I can't. I have to do my job. But I can't just let you in just because as you're really
Then don't
good.
let me in. Bring it to me.
Uh, what?
We're just
That
trying to make sure everything goes smoothly, and as a fellow chef, you understand the perfectionism that comes into cooking.
yeah.
I cooked the main course meal. It would make me feel a lot better if I could just taste, a little bit.
And again, no disrespect. We overcame. We had a few fun intrusions on our end, so we still want to make sure everything is good.
Just as a fellow chef, one to another.
I'm not a chef, but Chef
Well,
Noki. The potato head itself pops his head up from icing one of the sections of cake. He, bring our friend here a piece so that she can try.
I mean, it's a big cake. Just one small piece, isn't it combined with multiple different
Mhm.
cakes made by multiple different people?
He's not going to cut a slice of cake from every section of the cake. He,
No, but if you stick like a straw in, you can get a small piece of the cake without damaging the cake
I'll
from
take
every single
whatever
section.
pieces that your chefs will
Yeah,
graciously let us
yeah,
try.
um,
yeah. We're not
so,
gonna push it.
Chef Gnocchi will bring over like this plate that has a. This seems to be like a sample plate that a lot of that they all made just to make sure that no one was adding any suspicious tasting cakes.
Ah,
You see one piece that has been separated from the others. That's this very strange reddish orange color.
The spicy one.
what's that
Okay.
about?
Hikari will taste them.
Yeah, all the cake tastes perfectly fine.
Okay.
This
I was about
generic
started to sniffing it.
generic cake. There's that one reddish orange piece that smells like straight peppers.
Oh,
He's gonna eat that one.
You're going to eat it.
Yeah.
Give me a Constitution save.
Oh god.
you, I was gonna say I asked. Oh, thing is, I tried to ask about it, but it got glossed over. I think.
Oh my bad. I mean, if you were gonna say something, then
But like as you were eating that, I was gonna ask, what is that reddish orange piece about?
yeah, say it while I'm eating it.
One of the one of the chefs wanted to include a spicy cake.
I'm gonna
Uh,
spit it out so fast.
like all you can taste is just that chemically burning taste that you get with really spicy hot sauce that has like no flavor to it at all. It's just spiciness. It's and it's just burning and burning.
This is lime-based hot sauce.
Okay, that needs to go. that needs to go. That needs to not be there. Not at all.
I'm assuming that wasn't incorporated then.
No, his pieces of cake were not included.
Are you
Very
sure about that?
Yes.
Okay.
all right. Again, sorry for the intrusion. We just wanted to check.
It's within your rights. It's just be careful where you go poking your noses, friends.
Very well.
Meanwhile, it's literally poking their nose.
Well, I would assume you. I was thinking you would have overheard, but yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna walk around and smell the cake to see if I smelled citrus anywhere.
Give me a perception check.
Because I already think I know what might end up happening, but we can't prove it right now.
18.
Alright. Hey, um, you don't smell any citrus as you're walking around the cake. Like, like you're
Okay.
ducking and weaving and moving around. You don't smell like any citrus, like any like lemon cakes or anything like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Yep.
Above game, what's probably going to happen is there's going to be something in that hollow portion later.
Oh, we all know what it is. Again, we all
No,
know.
we're gonna watch that thing like a fucking hawk.
I already sent it to Kiari.
It's like it might be a Trojan cake.
Exactly.
At
Yeah.
least these people aren't purposely trying to do anything.
Yeah, that is the good. Well, at least as far as we know, we only prodded the food. We didn't prod the inside.
Well, I saw the scaffolding. I'll let you guys know about the scaffolding inside of it.
I mean,
Well,
you guys
yeah,
have
that makes
spears. Just kind of stick it in there a little bit.
well
Mhm.
out of game. What's
I'll
probably
be
happening is
right back.
yeah, out of game. It's empty right now, most likely. It's probably not going to have anything until it's time to present.
Mhm.
That's probably what's going to happen. So even if I were to run a spear through, it'd probably be hollow, and then I just get dragged off.
Mhm. I mean, I saw the scaffolding inside. It was empty, but there's
Yeah.
scaffolding inside,
Yeah.
keeping it up.
Well, I mean that makes sense because they're making such a large cake, and Bakari found that out.
Yep.
But
That it was hollow, but they don't know about the scaffolding per se.
well, she would have
If it's
known.
only,
Yep.
what's the point if it's only a certain amount of like feet or I mean inches inside?
To show
Like
off.
thick.
It's
To show
it's
off.
basically like the giant wedding cakes where the bottom tiers are basically hollow and you just have like 2 inches of cake around the edge.
I
This
wish they would have done it. My cake, I would have worn that
So we know how tall this cake is, but how
fast.
big
They gave me
around
a
is it?
portion of a cheesecake. I would have been fucking pissed.
How big around is the cake?
So this much, the ring and everything else empty. Man, stack that shit.
Yeah.
um,
Okay. Yeah. How big around?
it's probably about 10 feet round. Well, 10 feet in diameter at the base.
Yeesh. I could bury myself in that cake.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So we all know that. Yeah. Especially once we get back to the party and say yeah. So cake's good. Scaffolding inside. You may want to
Mm-hmm.
watch that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um, at this point, I think the is shaking hands with Lord Peeps. They seem to have come to an agreement, and he directs their attention outside. And as he does so, you see the very cake be wheeled out,
Oh, gee.
out to be presented to them. They're
Oh, I
like,
thought that would have been tomorrow. Okay.
they're like, oh, uh, as a peace as a peace treaty, as part of the peace talks, we're going to present you and your kingdom with this cake. But first, we must, must remove all our people in tents. We will send someone in with the cake to receive Her Highness, and we will go from there.
Addie. Yep.
Nope. We'll go with the cake too.
Yeah, it's something I want to check with that comment. I gotta go outside and look at where the ships are. How many ships are there?
They're probably like a couple, like 200 ships.
Okay, so this is that enough to get everyone out of here?
Yeah, basically enough for everyone. And you can tell a good portion of the ships have been rebuilt because they were because some of them had been burned previously. But for the most part, the ships are still pretty much like ready. They're being prepped to get ready for sailing.
Okay, I'll go back in.
Mhm. The king and queen and the two princes load up into their carriage and head back towards the city. The while uh, the three in charge start giving orders for everyone to pack up and take their stuff to their respective ships. It's,
So where is this cake supposed to be going?
it's going
So we
into
On
keep
the
an eye
ship?
on the cake.
inside the city. The hmm, as you guys are as they're giving out orders, there's Lord Trolley is going to turn to your group. Harim who is going to get giddy. Hey, this is my favorite part. Er, er, You mercenaries, you did good. I need you to guard this cake with your life and make sure that no one does anything untowards towards it.
So that blinks, looks at Nessa.
We will, all things will be revealed in time. If, but until that
If
time, I need you to be vigilant.
if someone does attempt to do something, what are our orders in that circumstance?
Eat them. Damn it. Never mind. Sorry. It was so funny.
Your job is to detain them.
Oh.
Detain, not kill.
Yes, we will not have any more bloodshed before we head off home.
As long as chocolate shit, it's fine.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
No.
Sorry, I accidentally closed my laptop.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right.
All right.
Um, you guys are set up to guard the cake. Kareem is like, hey, getting antsy. It's almost
Is there
time.
something the matter?
Yes, this is the best part. So, oh, oh, what usually happens is as they're planning to have a group of people stow away in the cake, but
Yep.
as they're
Yep.
doing that, gas, there's a traitor amongst their ranks that was placed here by the House Rocher. It causes a new battle to break out, and then it's our job to infiltrate the city to deal with with the king and queen.
What?
So this is where the betrayal happens.
Hmm.
Let's not let the betrayal happen.
Yeah, let's find out who the traitor is and get them before they can betray.
How are we supposed to do that? It,
Literally guard the. Don't let nobody steal away
Well, that's the thing.
at all.
As they get near to our area, they're supposed to break out.
We can eat the cake. Chop it up small so that it can be easier for transport. They
No, that's
saw it
not going to work.
already. Why
I'm pr-
wouldn't that work?
I'm pretty sure if that were to happen, when that group comes, we will be branded as traitors and saboteurs, and we would fail.
Yeah, but they
Okay.
were the ones who were like
A
being
question:
traitors.
is this traitor the same person every time, or are they a different person?
um, I actually never found out who the traitor was. This one of the Kasim he knew, but he didn't want to spoil it for me because who it is like insane. And so Kasim said that it's better if you who find out later.
So then, how about we split again? Some of us remain guards. Some of us try to find out the traitor.
Or
I think I
somebody
have an
goes
idea
in.
of who it could be.
Why don't one of us go inside of the cake then?
They're not going to
If,
make it that far, most likely.
well, actually,
Well
if
then,
somebody can make a coin-sized hole for me,
This way you get one of those. You take the bottom off your spear and just poke a hole in the cake.
well, if there, well, there should already be a way into the cake somewhere. If they're planning on loading everyone in, we could just find that.
And did you find that earlier?
No, but there has to be one if they're planning on putting people inside of it,
Well,
unless
let
they're
me ask
already
you,
inside of it.
Hurry. They never make it inside the cake, do they? They as they approach,
It's a
the traitor
brilliant
reveals them.
it's a brilliant plan, and the the trader um, it basically reveals those what's going on, and basically an all-out battle breaks out before they can get the cake to the city.
Mhm.
So they do
Question:
get inside the cake.
would it be possible for us to ally with, with the other faction?
Um, I don't think that's how this scenario works.
Well, what I mean is that if we prevent there from ever being anybody inside the cake, it, therefore the cake is delivered with no subterfuge at all, what would
Are
happen?
you are, are you saying that we just deliver the cake ourselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, that's I don't I've never heard of anyone doing that.
Well, if we go that route, couldn't we have do it like they were saying and just have one of us deliver it while the others get inside of it?
No, we should all. If we deliver it, we should all be outside to deliver it.
And I
Yeah.
can be, and I can stay inside for a time, and to make sure that nobody uses magical means to get in.
That's probably for the best.
Are
But
you gonna become a worm? Because that'd be so nasty.
Hmm.
Oh,
They're eating a cake and then a worm
I think
slithering
we
on.
should just find the way that they were going to get in, and you could just get in that way.
so,
Can we
so
vote?
well, actually, y- y- you guys do you guys understand how my body's composition works?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Uh, So,
No.
this physical form that you see is a simulacrum of other people's appearance. My actual body is a plasma-based substance, and
That's
that
still
is very
disgusting.
malleable.
Yeah, I figured as much back in Goldport.
Well, before all that, now that we know a little bit more information on what's going on and all, does anybody now know any or recall any stories that might be related to this?
um,
You are.
give me a history check. Hey,
I can give a history check. Have I short rested?
um, I'm gonna say since you, everything has happened in succession, no, not yet.
Okay. Then this will be a. Well, okay, yeah. Because I'm assuming it's not gonna
So
be anything
I'm
that I can get advantage on.
so Stephen, if you would
Yeah.
like to take a short rest, you would have to let us like basically state as
Okay.
much, and the party would have to agree to it.
Okay. Well, I just didn't know if there was enough time for that during discussions and everything. That's what I was trying to check. I'm just trying to check timings, but that's fine. All right, I'll do a history check. Uh,
I'll join you with the history check.
Can we, can we just store the cake inside of the house?
I don't
you're
think the
gonna be.
cake will fit in the house.
Though, if you want to go rescue someone's wife, while everyone's distracted with the major events going on,
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If
no,
the cake can fit in the house, can the cake fit in the trunk?
I'm trying to decide if I want to give the
The,
help action
well,
to
the trunk
Mana.
can only hold stuff that can fit inside a normal sized trunk.
Well, if you want
The
to, if you
trunk
give it
isn't
to
like
me,
supernaturally large or anything.
I can roll again because I have a decent history.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can give you that through the teamwork.
Yeah.
Can
I'm
someone
gonna
else
do
roll?
that.
Okay. So I'm gonna make another roll for the advantage.
and I got an 18, I think.
You got a 19.
Oh,
Hopefully
got a
this goes
19.
well.
That is higher, but that's still a 16.
Mm-hmm.
Though, let me double check something. Oh, they were no, I don't think historical knowledge will help me here.
Well, it could technically if this is historical.
Well, it's more of the wording. Like, that's the wording of the ability. I don't think it's going to really help in this instance. So,
I mean, it could technically. We are in a dungeon.
Okay, so I forgot that you had this. I had to. All right.
well, I mean, to be fair, I didn't bring it up because we were getting told a lot about the dungeon anyway.
Okay. Well, yes, that's the superficial information about the dungeon, and
All right, so what happens now that Dobat's actually thinking?
it's
Mana's calling upon ancient knowledge.
from what both of you ascertained. This has to predate Age of God. Like this has to be Age of Gods. That's time frame. Mana, you've heard of a similar their story, but in the story that you know, oh, there were a lot of gods involved, like demigods, it's, um, living gods, and true gods. They were all involved in in a similar conflict, and and, and you would know that like a great act of deception caused the end of the conflict.
I think
Um,
a call. I think a call talked about this story a lot. I, this there's a great deception that leads to the end of this conflict. And, like I can't remember if it was fiction or nonfiction, but it but this but this particular iteration of this story is very eh, hmm, it lacks the godly touch that the initial story had.
Do I get anything more?
um, you're able to tell that. Uh, uh, you're able to tell that this is an Age of Gods, its tomb, as well as this is a test of character tomb.
Test of character.
Yeah.
So, so Dobat will blink for a minute. You know, this is my first time actually going into a tomb. Now I see where that knowledge comes to play. Age of Gods, test of character. Neat.
That sounds annoyingly familiar.
Why is that?
Keratin in the cake. Hmm. A keratin cake.
Why is why does it sound familiar to you, Mana?
Well, as I've explained to you, well, 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 I'm quite familiar with that era.
um, Queen Lent is being held hostage. It's by a prince. It's Prince
More.
Mars, and yeah, Prince Crunch's brother. Yeah, Keratin has a beef with Prince Crunch because Prince Crunch just killed his cousin. That's Lord Jawbreaker, who's on the same side.
Or is he?
Oh no, the Prince Crunch and them are on the city side. Everyone else is on the army side.
Now, my knowledge of tombs is rather limited,
I've made it
as it
less
was not my
complicated than the
specialty.
actual uh, story of the Trojan War. This is a lot less complicated than if you were to actually read the Iliad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But what were you saying, Mana?
What I'm saying is all this does, all this place is now bringing me is headaches.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But we now know that someone's going to try to hide inside that thing, but it doesn't end up happening.
Mm-hmm.
Kill him as revenge to Prince Crunch.
But they
Well,
get inside, don't they?
Hold hostage the lady that
well, maybe
left
that's
and,
the issue. Oh,
demand that he gets his wife back.
if it's as you say, a test of morality, eh, then the question is
They're not listening
which
to you.
which moral is it
They
testing?
can barely hear you.
I know. They heard you before, and
Get on mic, Lex.
so it doesn't matter. That's why I came in here. No
Hmm.
point.
It, like I can hear that she is talking. I cannot hear a word she's saying.
So he's suggesting to well, stuff keratin inside the cake and make a carrot cake. And have them infiltrate, they save Queen Lent and uh, essentially hold her hostage so that he can get his revenge against Prince Crunch
And get his wife back.
and get his wife
I
back.
say kill his brother on the way out.
Oh, kill Mars on the way out. Okay.
And then hold the Prince whoever hostage and get
Yes.
his wife back.
I mean, that would get him to the prestige that he needs to possibly get her back.
We can
I
actually
mean,
put
can I tell which way the test of character is trying to go?
the cake.
No. The thing that is, you can tell what type of the tomb it is either a test of strength, test of character, or a training tomb. Um, The there's another type I can't remember off the top of my head. I have to look at my notes, but it essentially you can tell what type of tomb it is. That will tell you the in general whoever's tomb this is they have a certain moral like that they're trying to can't just cut.
Which
In part,
we don't know whose tomb this is.
Yes, that's the thing. You don't know who this tomb is centered around, um, so it's difficult to know um, what the We cut the
What the
cake.
morality set
We
is.
go over there, present the cake, get the lady person back, and then tell her the dilemma with Keratin and his wife and all that situation, and have her vouch for him so he can get his wife back.
Okay.
um,
And
Well,
the problem
you
is,
should know what race they were, the person that made it.
well, yeah, but that doesn't help
um,
much.
well, everything's obfuscated by the candy seeming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
so
Think-
can I tell
uh,
what race they were?
um, you can tell that they are a Harengon.
What does any of that fucking have
Blink,
to do with
blink,
anything?
which does nothing. Well, wait, no, that does tell you something, because a carrot. So Dubbat will just keep looking kind of like up at the sky and looking around. Well then, that's amusing.
All right, so I'm going to put this question forward. You can you have two options. Well, you have three options. You guys either present the cake as is no BS, just the cake, and get the peace talks completed properly. You can try and use the cake for its intended purpose, but early, so that it actually gets used for its intended purpose. Is by either you guys infiltrating into the city or you guys having others infiltrate into the city.
Why are we infiltrating into the city if they're going to her anyway?
and the
I
third
say,
one,
Or the third, you can let things play out how they normally play out.
Then the
I would
we're
say
not doing that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
3 is out the window. I would say 2 with like carrot wouldn't be a bad
Um,
idea.
Dorothy is saying to do one. And Harim, he seems to be on that side since he hasn't really heard of anyone just trying to let the peace things work out. Um, where would where would Picard be on these things? One or two?
So make sure your mic's on.
Hello?
There you
Hello.
are.
Can you re-explain the conundrum to me?
I You can either deliver the cake as is, get it Queen Lynch, because you guys made the peace talks go over very well, though to the point where they're going to let Queen Lynch choose where she's going to go. So you guys could just deliver the cake and have things go like things go well that way, or you can try and use this as an opportunity to obfuscate the truth and have someone hide inside the cake, either or someone who really wants to mess things up are you guys, so that you guys can do whatever they're inside the city.
Well, if we,
Well, I think doing that last option would be more dangerous than it would be helpful.
mhm.
And if we are good and kind, maybe they'll just let us in of their own accord and not.
Worst
Well, it
case, we have to.
It
I
depends on if the spy gets to them before us, because if the spy gets to them before us, then they could still think that the cake has people in it. Well,
But even if they think the cake has people in it and they check it and it doesn't,
It'll be empty.
then they have
mhm.
no choice but to not believe what the spy said.
Oh, true, true.
Yeah. So if we stand guard, no one gets in, and make sure no one gets in. We deliver the cake as is, saying, "Hey, we watched over
Well,
this. We want to watch over it to the end."
the thing is, if you would have to take it now, essentially take it early, so that
Okay.
Mhm,
it no one tries to get in and use it as
Okay.
a ploy.
Yeah.
mhm.
So we do that now. We deliver it, and all this goes to peace.
Yep.
like a like a party cake. You guys burst out of the top, giving a performance.
Okay. Well, then
that that
let me try to ask one question, Keontae.
okay.
What through my history, what do I know about Parangons in this area at that era?
Um. Well, first you would know that Haringons had their own empire. Um, once upon a time during the Age of Gods, but it was as crust and they got spread out. A lot of them went to to what is modern day Cthulhu, who and set up in the Beastlands with a lot of other beast races. Is while others just moved further north and became the big fluffy Haragon that you would know of.
Okay. Dobato, go with one.
All right,
Worst case, we have to run this again.
all right. So you go with one, and that's everyone going with one. Now, you
Wait, you
guys.
didn't ask me.
Well, okay, Mana. Which one do you want to go with? One or two?
Right. I prefer two, honestly, but I think I'm outvoted.
Oh yeah.
Okay, Sean. What about you?
Hmm. One or two. I mean, if we go with two, we're holding up some of our. We could hold up some of the other deals we made. Well, if we go with one, we're kind of raiders.
Our goal was to guard the cake. We decided that the best way to guard the cake was to go ahead and get it where it's gonna go.
Hmm.
Yeah, I agree with us guarding and taking the cake.
All right,
What do you
Seth. What do you think?
think?
Kill
I
them
don't
all.
know.
You said kill them all.
I side with Kiari.
We can't ask you
They
anything.
know what they did.
Kill them all. Orders received. Unleashing the power of the sun is a deadly laser.
I mean, we did
They
kidnap
know
someone
what
twice
they
for
did.
genius.
They
I,
made their choices. The consequences are upon them.
yeah, I think what we should do is we should stick Keratin in there and let him go get his revenge.
All right, we're going to go with option one. Do you guys want to do party cake or just plain cake?
Well, okay, hang on.
Plain cake with the option of party cake.
Mm.
We'll just start performing.
Okay, okay, hang on. So it's what 3-2 currently.
That anybody who says word, oh, there's people
Yeah.
below. We can just perform. We don't have to be inside the cake.
The thing is, Dovat's either saying put keratin in the cake or
It might warm them up anyway.
It's fine.
So if we put,
We'll go with the majority, and we're just going to go with one. And you guys, if you guys want to do the fun people inside the cake thing,
I don't want to get in the cake.
I don't think we should do the fun people inside the cake thing.
No. If we're delivering the cake, we're not putting anyone in there.
All right. So, like, as the sun starts setting, and you guys start pushing the cake. It takes a lot of strength and muscle to get it moving, but once it's moving, it's fairly easy going. And it takes a little while before you start hearing the alarms from behind you. So, but at this point, you're already in the middle of no man's land, and you're halfway between the two camps.
You
I
know
think we
what?
just
We
start
will just
pushing
claim we were
faster.
told the wrong time.
Just
We
keep
get
pushing
caught.
faster.
We were told the wrong time.
Push faster.
Push faster.
You push faster, and you see you look behind you, you see a wave of torches is moving towards you,
Move faster, faster.
and as you look forward, you see a wave of torches moving towards you from that direction, but they're moving to part around you. As you push the cake of peace, he's faster and faster. And you hear they're behind you. Stop! But before or that, you see jumping from over and like over the ridge is over your heads. You see the the large figure of Prince Crunch as he he stands there.
Blocking them from us.
Yeah, between the leaders of the army and you guys, as
All
they
right, just keep
uh, almost caught up with you.
pushing. Just keep pushing.
Yep.
Um, as you guys push, you see Keratin step out from the group of the army and face off against Prince Crunch.
Well, that's time for this.
And
I want to cast create water and make a water wall.
you can't make a wall of water with create water.
It's only
There is a spell
five,
for
five
that.
foot.
There's another. There's a spell for that. You don't have that spell yet. That's create tidal wave.
I do I could do something else.
There's control water that you can do if you're in a body of water already. You can make a tidal wave with the water that you're in, but
I
it's
take my bottle of water.
Don't cast anything. Just keep pushing.
Supply of water, and I make a boom.
Don't cast spells. Just keep pushing. I will dispel any spell you attempt to cast.
All right, you guys keep
I
pushing.
whip at both of their asses and be like,
They're having their heated battle behind you as you push the cake ever forward. You push and push until you see the gate. It's and standing at the gate. He is a forlorn looking in Prince Mars. He like you see he rubs his mustache. So it's come to this. I've been informed that this cake is a clever deception in
Of what kind?
the worst kind of deception. Deception in the form of peace.
Would you like to check it?
Dobat will basically take a spear and roll it along the ground to him. Feel free.
Hmm.
The cake is empty. It is a
He
simple cake.
he takes the spear here and jams it through the cake a couple of times. And he just pauses and listens. Hmm. So it is. Execute the spy. You just hear the sound of and this the thud hitting the ground as you
We
see
Okay, but
the
you
Point
gotta
in
tell
that
us who it
direction.
is.
as you see the Peaches is headless and on the ground.
who?
Peaches, the one who told us not to put citrus in the food.
I knew it. His ass.
Oh.
His
We should have
serpentine
killed him before.
his serpentine face is looking in shock and betrayal as you guys will the cake in. The people surge forth, having not had food in days, months. Some even in years haven't had adequate food for themselves or their family.
Oh
They
So
my
they gotta
surge.
be
god.
pretty disappointed. There's not a lot of cake here.
There's
Yep.
still a good bit of cake. He said that there's enough cake here to feed a city for at least a meal or two.
Mhm.
Right. Um, he the prince and leads you guys is inside the castle. And like he walks you guys through the halls. Um, you look at his, mm, like he takes off the big round part of his head, which you thought was just his head, but now you actually see it's just a helmet as his big chocolate bunny ears flop up.
Hmm.
Thank you. I thought that tonight would be the night that I lost everything.
Who is this talking?
Prince
Prince,
Mars.
Mars.
Mhm.
Mars, who is also Harengon, who is the one who created, and this tomb was created
well,
by a
uh,
Harengon.
as I will say this is as you're looking around, you see that most of the people in the city are Harangon.
Oh,
They're these
and
chocolate
most,
bunnies. Well,
which, perfect.
So then why aren't they rulers?
It's just the city is of Harengon. It's like a city of elves or a city of dwarves.
Mm,
It's just that's the race in this area.
No wonder they've been able to keep the population up.
Mhm. Oh my.
ew. Ew.
um, he actually his skin is kind of like white with these chocolate speckles, and he still has that marzipan mustache.
I'm glad we were able to turn this into a better night, although we didn't stop all the fighting.
Well, well, peace may not come tonight. He, and I suspect that my brother has died.
Why?
It's My brother has been fighting nonstop every day for this war, and Keratin has rested for this past few weeks. My brother is not in his 100%. Maybe if he were had gotten a long rest and gotten enough the time to recuperate himself, and they fought on the battlefield on the morrow, well, he would have won, or at least tied, as they've tied in the past. But
So
it,
what would happen to Keratin?
he's him being victor, or in this case, would probably parade my brother's his body and armor around for all to see.
So what will happen to Keratin?
He'll be lauded as a hero,
To
Oh,
his side, to this side, he will be
a monster.
one.
oh.
A hero to one is a monster to the other. Thus is the way of the world.
Well, I mean, Keratin's going through a bunch, and your brother surely didn't make it easier.
How was my brother to know that the boy was wearing the armor? All he could see was the armor. He could not see whose face was beneath the helmet. He was greatly dismayed when
Yeah.
he learned this.
I do not blame. War is a fickle thing,
I did
Yeah,
not
especially
but when
wars
you
that
have the
drag out for.
power to prevent war,
I did not think that my rasticism in all those years ago would result in this.
And
No
what
one
spurred
ever
on
does.
this decision?
I'm sorry.
What
You
spurred
already
on this
know this.
decision? I want to hear it from him.
I had a vision. I was I was told to choose between love of my kingdom, um, and the world at large. I was selfish. I chose love.
At a game, is this sparking anything in my knowledge?
and at
No,
the end of the day, he can still make the decisions for both. It's usually not always so black and white where you have to pick one or the other.
Mm,
Yes. But with his position, and no matter what choice he made, it would have affected the world at large.
yeah.
It's affected the world at large already. Didn't matter which decision he made.
I I realized
That's
that.
what I was saying.
I've realized that it,
Um,
when it comes to who matters of the heart, that they always will bleed into everything else that happens. I was a fool. And like at this, you hear a loud sound as you see below the gate to the city has been torn open, and
Well,
people and soldiers are pouring into the city.
who?
the soldiers are pouring in.
Their soldiers or the other people's soldiers?
The it seems that the enemy soldiers are invading the city.
So the people
Well,
that
that's
were,
not what I did.
yeah,
Mhm.
Can I do a wind wall? Damn it.
no.
My computer just went.
What would you do now?
You did a noble thing. I I have to show you what this all was for. Well, this all was about. Um, you come to
What?
you come to space. You see in um the royal chamber. You see two people on a big slab in the middle of the room, and their bodies covered in a cloth, and their hands held together. You walk by it, and you see he, he a you see a woman whose whose body is made out of marshmallow, but it's coated in these like toasted it, it it's she's a Rice Krispie treat woman. I don't know how to describe that.
Okay.
You
Uh,
don't have experience trying to make food appealing.
yeah, I can't be like Monty Glue and um, Brennan and Mulligan and all of his descriptions of food and
Look,
everything.
you just gotta watch some food talk.
Yeah. But
Who are
yeah,
they?
this is Queen Lynch, and she's the impetus for this, but she's not. Uh,
He's not.
Alive?
no, she's alive. Like she waves at you guys, but she doesn't speak. Like,
Oh, okay.
Wait,
well,
she's just laying down, covered.
well, no, she's that you walk by the bodies on the slab, and
Oh,
yeah, essentially two bodies on a slab in the throne room, a large marble slab.
Does it seem like she's not speaking because she doesn't want to, because she's emotional right now, or because she can't?
She, I don't know. It seems like she just is choosing not to say anything.
Mm.
Um, you continue down the hall, and you get to a room at the end of the hall. That when you open the door, or you see the young a young like chocolate rabbit boy, with his a set of Rice Krispie dreads, like just
oh God.
bouncing on his head as he's playing in the room, unaware of what's going on outside his window. My nephew,
Oh, oh.
I
Why is. Oh,
Mm.
go ahead.
I have simply one ask. Take him, take him with you
With us, where?
anywhere, or get him out of this city. The sins of my sins shouldn't be his sins. His father's sins shouldn't be his sin.
I could store them in the house. Do you think that they will? They won't. They wouldn't, right?
They will.
They will, 100%.
Uh,
But if you're saying if they'll go after the nephew, most likely.
no, not them. I'm talking about those in the house.
Are you
Yeah.
asking if they'll go with you?
All right. Um,
Or are you saying, will they eat the child? Food, finally!
I'll go in with them. You seem apprehensive about leaving them alone.
Probably for the best.
Just in case. Yeah, just in case.
I've
All right.
also been working on a wacky cobalt persona, so this might be a good time to test it out.
What for the doctors inside? Okay.
Doctors inside.
Huh?
Yeah, there's some doctors in there.
No, stop saying.
I can have a talk with them.
Hold up, you cut out, baby. You cut out, baby. I don't. We can't hear you.
The world
Say
has
hi to the
conspired
doctors.
to mute Lex.
All right.
I also, I also can command enough of a presence that they will listen to me if I tell them not to eat.
All right.
Yeah.
You guys are going to
Ideal.
put. You guys are going to put the boy inside the house.
Yep.
All right.
Sounds
I'll
like
go
it.
with them.
All right. He looks to you. Mars is going to look to you. You flee. Run. And get out of here. And get him someplace safe.
I mean,
Maybe, maybe one day he'll be able to forget the past and not have to seek revenge.
As the image in Dobet's mind dings. Let's
does his
go.
mom want to come? That's his mom, right? Does she not want to come too?
Hmm.
We got too many fucking kids to take care of, and we are not responsible parents.
We don't have to be parents.
So,
We just
but
we're shepherds to a new life.
But
let's
his
go.
mama is right there.
All right.
Is there a
He's
secret way out?
yes. Follow the tunnels. He'll lead you to the wall behind the wall at the back of the city. If you go through there, or there'll be a boat. Place him in the boat and set it it adrift. If,
Yep. 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 Yep.
Okay, I think we got
There.
this. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
In the boat,
Let's go, guys. Let's go.
that was good.
yeah, just he said just put him in the boat and set the boat adrift and everything else will work out.
It's Moses.
But his
Yeah, I was thinking the
mom
same.
is right there,
Yep.
though.
It's Moses. Let's go.
Yep.
We've crossed the
It's
Red
he's
Sea.
not gonna
Yep.
find his way back
We're
to his
crossing the Red Sea here.
mom.
Let's go.
Hold on, what you say, baby?
Gonna find his way back to his mom, and then she nurses him back to. He's a grown kid. He doesn't even need nursing. What they're gonna do? Be like, hey, we need a nursemaid to nurse his Rice Krispie hair back into submission because it's hard to maintain, and you're the only one who has Rice Krispie body. So, can you help? Fuck
We
that.
found
That's not gonna
we found this
happen.
rabbit boy outside of the city. He, Lord
Lord
Peeps,
needed a boat.
Lord Peeps, you should take. We need to, we need to find someone who can take care of him. And we know your wife. She's part Crispian, so she should be able to help take care of and raise him.
Yep. Yep. So yeah. So don't worry about the parents.
Whatever.
We're getting out of here.
Yep. Let's go.
The
Let's
mom
go.
can
I win the
I
party of let's go.
I give me a group stealth check to avoid the
I
enemies.
I
I will
left.
cast another
Pass
pass
out.
without a trace, so everybody gets a +10 as long as you stay close.
Yeah, I think I have passed out a trace too.
Well, as long as just one cast is all we need.
Yeah,
I
Do
don't
I?
think it
I
stacks.
don't think I don't think it stacks either.
Um click the spell. Let me see.
Oh,
Yeah,
Lex,
I
did you
don't
let
know.
me into the house?
Yeah, you're in the
someone said
house.
to me.
Are you going to let Mana into the house with the child?
Well, then Mana will find out information I don't want Mana to know
Um,
because Mana shouldn't know about anything else.
I thought we
Well,
were
then you
being
put it.
straight with each other.
Huh?
okay,
I thought we were being straight with each other.
Hell no.
Okay, should I? Okay, then how about I go in because I also have bad stealth.
okay. Pass Without Trace is a mutually exclusive spell in that you can stack Pass Without Traces.
Oh,
Oh.
so are you okay with me going in, Lex?
I'm almost 100% certain that's not how that works.
There's no. Oh, in, each,
Yeah, as
it
long as
just says
you
each
if
creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a +10 bonus to Dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means.
As
There,
long as I what?
uh,
as long as you keep your mouth shut about what is in my house and don't touch anything and you make sure that this kid stays safe the entire time, then yeah, no problem.
Dovat's just
You
gonna
seem
keep an eye on the
incredibly
kid.
stressed about this.
That's about all. Well, it's just we want to make sure the kid doesn't get eaten. So someone has to go in there. Unless you want to go in there yourself and hand me the bag.
No.
I don't think anyone was
You
planning
can,
on eating them.
uh,
yeah, no one's planning on. Yeah, go. Just go. Just go. Just
all
go.
right.
And
So
Darby, I
yes,
think you
If
should
you
just
don't,
come
hand
clean.
out here.
Okay, Dovat's
And
gonna be in the bag. He's not gonna look at anything. He's just gonna keep the kid safe.
Okay, so this was an awful decision because Mana wears super heavy armor. I have disadvantage.
You're about to get a +20. You're fine.
Hmm. Everybody's getting a +20 here, so.
I'm gonna remember that ruling.
well, no, this is exactly how it says.
that
They've
a dog?
even
I
made an article about it. It so if you have as long as everyone is fine concentrating on it, that you can have as many people cast Pass Without Trace, he's and apply it to as many people and creatures as you would like.
There's not that many of us. Well, there's I guess our entire party.
Minus Dovat.
but
So
plus Hareem.
yeah,
Yeah.
Harim's good at stealth.
Right.
So everybody's rolling stealth at +20.
Yeah.
As long as you cast as well.
And this is where
Yeah.
we all go into the shadow plane, guys, because we get so high.
Go ahead and roll.
The computer's loading still, so I'm doing that as fast as I can.
There you go. You press it. Not too bad.
Let's see, we're fine.
So 11 plus 20.
So 31.
Why
I'm
is
glad we
everybody
fucking did this.
rolling at advantage?
Oh my goodness, all three of those people would have had like 10 and 12.
Why is everybody rolling at advantage, though?
I
Uh,
rolled at disadvantage.
Mana rolls
I
at
didn't roll at
disadvantage.
any.
Harim rolls at advantage because of her armor.
Ah,
And
No, you
Mana rolls at
cannot have
disadvantage
it.
because of the same. I would say Mana rolls at disadvantage because of their armor.
No, no. I'm I'm saying that you cannot take Harim's armor when or she
Okay.
needs that. That's all she has.
So we have Mana, Pakari, Prince, John.
yep. Wait a minute. I was just putting in the 20.
Ooh, 44.
Go!
So even if Lex nat ones, we're fine.
Oh, that I rolled the wrong one. I did sleight of hand, but instead of stealth, but it's the same.
Hmm.
I don't even think that's clicking anything.
Do you want me to roll it for you, Lex?
I just got everything open and loaded. And you know how like the mouse will switch between a little finger and an arrow?
Yeah.
It's doing that. When I click stealth, I really want to reload the page. I'm tempted to.
Roll it.
Fudge. Oh, okay, that's better. Click. Damn it. It's just taking its time. And I'm not rolling at advantage, so I'm
You're
just
rolling at
rolling
plus
normal.
20.
For stealth?
Yeah,
There
if
are
you
2 passes without a trace active, including yours.
Oh.
So there's plus 10 from each, so you're rolling at a plus 20. That's
Yep.
why we have John rolling a 44.
Yep.
Oh, where am I putting
it'll
the...
be in other bonuses, you just put +20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, situational
You can just put
bonus.
it. You don't have to put the plus. You can just put 20.
Um,
Yeah, in the situational bonus category.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it for me, because I don't know what it's doing. I
37.
tried clicking on.
Plus, yeah.
so 37. Yeah. All
Mm-hmm.
right. You guys easily avoid Lord Trolley as he's coming down the hallway, and you hear him fight a Prince Mars. There's behind you, who who, you you will see him. Lord Jawbreaker here has currently he has Queen Lint and is taking her in not the gentlest fashion, him, but he's he's saving her, quote unquote. Well,
Oh,
as
Mm-hmm.
you guys sneak past and down, um, and you sneak to like the bottommost floor where you see King King Peeps. He's he's is just getting done dispatching a group of guards. And is waiting for his wife. If you guys easily beat out even the highest perception roll of a 28.
Yeah, about to say min 30.
So
Da 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 da.
Hey
And
guys, I gotta go. So,
okay.
bye.
all right, bye.
You guys make it to the back wall. Oh, and Prince Kareem, he's looking kitty. Hey, all right, this is where everyone gets stuck. Okay. And then as you guys approach, let's bring out the prince. Bring him out. She's
Is
gonna.
there a both first?
Well, the wall is basically a smooth surface. It's like a big, flat, smooth pink wall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I hear what's going on outside?
There's combat going on throughout the entire
Well,
city.
well, I say, can I hear the request to bring out the kid?
Um, no, the you can't hear anything outside of the house.
Okay, that's what I was trying to check on.
Right. Hey, Harim is asking the Darpy to
well,
bring the kid out
why are we bringing the kid out right now?
so that we
Because he
can
needs to
go
go into
through
the
the.
boat.
They said that he needs
Oh,
to go on the boat on the other side of the wall. So he must be the key to opening up the wall so that we can go.
oh, well, we can try, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll
You
come out with the kid.
as soon as he comes out, you hear a click and the wall opens
My God.
Oh.
and you see a tunnel with stairs leading down.
Yeah, I think we take the kid down there. Let's go.
You
Let's
guys go
roll.
you guys go down there into a big cavern and there's a boat at the bottom of this tidal cavern that has an entrance that's hidden by the rocks and stones of the island.
So are we supposed to get in the boat with the kid or just put the kid in the boat?
He set the kid adrift at sea.
So Dobat will help the kid into the boat. Push.
Does he need food or anything like water?
Dobat pushes the boat off.
the
Dobat pushes the boat off before questions can be asked.
I'll ask Sarah if we can give him one of Picari's. He's next to take with him.
Right. You he he'll gladly take a snack from Picari, and he'll smile and wave at you guys as the boat drifts out of the cave and into the open ocean.
That's creepy.
Dobat will wave
He's
back.
so creepy. He's just like, at
Why?
least we got rid of one of these kids.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, just put Nissa in a boat adrift at sea and just
No, I'm
never
not
look
talking
back.
about Nissa. Me and Nissa are around the same age.
So you are young. Okay.
I'm like, I think I aged to, am I what, 17?
Um, you,
18? Almost? I don't
you're
remember.
you're 18 from what we stated before.
I don't remember. I know that I aged up a couple years, but
And to be fair, one of those kids is quite literally your fault.
what? I wouldn't say my fault.
Right.
You
I was
chose
just
to bring
saying,
the spirit.
Um, with that, you guys see the world around you start melting as the candy, the stones, and the chocolate, it dirt, it give way to actual stone and dirt,
ew.
and you see the a large chest is on the ground next to you.
Detect magic.
There's magic in the chest.
Open chest.
All right. Inside is a large amount of gold and magic items.
Which will
No
probably divvy up
candy.
next. We'll probably divvy up next week.
Yeah, I don't have time to go into all the particulars. There's
So we'll
I
I
probably
would
clearly
divvy up.
said
say
no candy.
go on and
Going on the list.
go on and put a list on so we can choose before, so we aren't.
Well, mainly so you
You
don't
know,
have to go through the starting part of explaining all the mundane stuff that's in there, and you can just focus on the core things that are in there.
um. Can we save it for next time because
Yeah,
I
save it
still
for
have
next time.
8:32.
yeah,
Past
it's
bedtime.
late and I need to make sure that the baby gets to sleep.
Okay.
Mm.
Let's pick up from here next time as we look into the chest.
All right.
Yep.
With that, yeah, you guys finished it. You found the only moral way to complete this quest, this dungeon. There's
Okay,
a
what would have happened?
there is an immoral way to complete it that I allowed for, but I did not want you guys to go that route because it's exactly what you would think.
So what was the immoral route? Bring keratin in.
No, well that's a
I'm
route.
imagining. Look, man. Sometimes that baby's gotta go. Okay.
Uh,
But the baby, the child didn't have to be.
How
The
many
child
babies?
just had to be brought to the wall. Well, that does not necessarily mean the child had to be 9'9". That does
Alive.
necessarily
oh, did not have
mean
to
the
be
child
alive.
has to be alive there.
So we could have killed him, or we could have
Yeah,
let the invasion happen and taken the body.
I wouldn't have thought to take the body.
No,
no
no, I
one
don't
would
think any of us would have.
no one would think to take the body.
How many times have this child died due to people's,
Well,
How many
you
times has the tomb been run?
The tomb has been being constantly run for the past 15 years.
This
But
child's
it's
been dying
outside
quite a
though, not
while.
inside.
Most people don't see the child because they're focused on fighting the king and queen.
Oh,
So the kid is probably already long gone by that point, or otherwise dispatched.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we skipped a boss fight,
Mm-hmm.
which is sad because I would have loved to test my abilities, but oh well.
Well, not every tomb is gonna have fights or is
Oh,
guaranteed to have fights.
oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I just like, oh, it would have been cool to have a boss fight with the new Hexblade stuff, but there will be a fight soon enough. I am very sure of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what happens to our candy weapons? Do we still keep those?
Um, the mundane candy weapons, it's
Hmm,
yeah, but they don't act as anything special.
okay.
Anymore.
Okay, so I'll fix that next week when we actually have a long rest to
I
switch out my
it,
hex again.
I mean, they are emergency rations.
True.
Mm-hmm.
um interesting things that you guys get a gummy breastplate,
Hmm.
a pepper pick, a crystal candy sword, which you guys have
Just
already seen that one.
I was like,
And
Mm-hmm.
just leave that for next week.
yeah, there's a couple of fun ones. Like who doesn't like pomegranates?
I'm sorry, what?
I would like to reverse engineer those.
I was about to say, hey, hey, Artificer 1 and Artificer 2, have some fun.
It seems like a Picari weapon. Grenades made out of pomegranates.
Yeah.
mm,
Hmm.
But
die.
we'll find out about those next time. Say bye to the viewers. We actually
Bye.
had a
Bye.
Bye,
view.
viewers.
We actually had a
And I'm
viewer
gonna head
this
off.
time.
Bye.
Bye.
Only for the
Bye.
first little bit, but we had one.
Nice.